Trust is the foundation of every relationship. Friendships, romantic bonds, and family ties all rely on it. Without trust, even the strongest connection eventually cracks. But the point isn't to suspect everyone. The real skill is noticing the kinds of people for whom trust becomes a risk. So, it helps to recognize behavioral patterns that often lead to betrayal, emotional exhaustion, and constant inattention. Here are 10 types of people you should be careful with, and more importantly, what to do if they're already in your life. Type 1: Narcissists. Their world revolves around themselves. They can be charming, but they usually put their own benefit above your needs. They listen poorly yet talk about themselves with ease. They crave admiration, attention, and control. The danger is that a narcissist will protect their image at any cost. If their reputation is on the line, they may throw you under the bus without hesitation. And they often do it with confidence, as if it's completely normal. A Stoic response is simple: don't get pulled into their ego game. Keep your distance. Don't argue. Don't explain yourself. Your peace matters more than their performance. Type 2: Gossipers. They love talking about people behind their backs. They hunt for details, secrets, and private stories. For them, it's entertainment. And if they share someone else's personal life with you today, they will eventually share yours with someone else. Stoicism teaches you not to become dependent on other people's opinions. But there is also a practical rule here: you cannot build trust with someone who feeds on rumors. The best move is to give them nothing to use. Don't overshare. Don't hand them sensitive information. And don't join their conversations, even just to be polite. Type 3: Provocateurs. These people know how to push emotional buttons. They don't start by yelling. They drip poison slowly. A sarcastic comment. A strange joke. A subtle insult disguised as honesty. The goal is to make you react. A provocateur doesn't care about truth. They care about control. The moment you get angry, defensive, or desperate to prove something, you're already inside their script. Stoicism treats emotions like tools, not masters. So the key skill is the pause. If you feel someone is trying to trigger you, stop engaging. Change the topic. End the conversation. Not because you're weaker, but because you respect your own stability. Type 4: Indecisive people. They constantly doubt, delay, and change direction. Today it's "I will for sure." Tomorrow it's "I'm not sure." The next day it's "things changed." With them, plans don't hold. Promises fade. And you never know what you can rely on. The issue isn't doubt itself. The issue is that indecisive people often avoid responsibility. They blame timing, circumstances, and other people. Stoicism pushes in the opposite direction: clarity and consistency. So, if you have someone like this nearby, don't make them your support system. Keep important decisions and key tasks under your control. Type 5: Two-faced people. They know how to look friendly. They smile, say the right words, and mirror your opinions. But inside, their goal can be completely different. They agree with you as long as it's useful. Then they switch sides the moment it benefits them. The Stoics would say, trust actions, not speeches. Watch patterns, not charm. Notice how a person behaves when they don't need anything from you. If something feels fake, you don't need a dramatic confrontation. You just need a quiet choice: less openness, more distance. Type 6: People who pry into your private life. They ask too many questions too fast and at the wrong moments. It often looks like care, but it's not. It's curiosity mixed with hunger for leverage. They want details because Details create power. These people don't respect boundaries. And sometimes they use your vulnerability later for manipulation, pressure, or even blackmail. A Stoic principle here is restraint. Not everything you feel has to become someone else's knowledge. If the questions feel intrusive, answer briefly, or don't answer at all. That's not rudeness. That's self-respect. Type 7 people who try to be friends with everyone. They bond instantly. They get overly familiar. They call you my friend within minutes. At first, it feels warm. But often it's not depth. It's a dependence on approval. They need to be liked by everyone. The problem is loyalty. People who must please everyone rarely stand firmly with anyone. Today they're close to you. Tomorrow they're close to someone else. Their friendship can be more of a social role than a real connection. Stoicism reminds us that true friendship requires time, tests, and shared values. So be kind, but don't open your inner world to every smiling stranger. Type 8, chronic critics. They find flaws in everything. In your work, in your ideas, in your goals. Sometimes they hide behind a mask of "I'm just being honest," but after talking to them, you feel heavier, not clearer. Constant criticism often comes from insecurity and envy. It's easier to devalue someone else's progress than to face your own lack of growth. The Stoic approach is not to argue or chase their approval. Take only what's useful. Leave the rest with the person who said it. Type 9 people who are always in trouble. Their life is nonstop drama. Conflicts, scandals, broken relationships, constant crises. And each time someone else is to blame. A partner, friends, a boss, the world, anyone but them. What makes this dangerous is how they pull others in. You help once, then again, and one day you realize you're living inside their chaos. Stoicism teaches careful association. You can feel compassion without becoming a permanent rescue team. Sympathy is one thing. Being consumed by someone's repeated self-created disasters is another. Type 10 people who pretend to listen. They nod. They say yeah and uh-huh, but they're not present. Their eyes go to the phone. Their mind is somewhere else. You share something important, and it feels like your words vanish into empty air. This seems small, but it isn't. Attention is a form of respect. If someone can't give you simple presence, they're telling you you're not a priority. Stoicism would say, don't spend your life on people who are indifferent to you. One real conversation with someone who truly listens is worth more than 10 talks with someone who only performs interest. Now, the main question. What do you do if you recognized someone from this list in your circle? Stoicism does not teach hatred. It teaches self-governance. There are things that depend on you, your choices, your boundaries, your honesty, your response. And there are things that do not, someone else's personality, habits, and games. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus opens his handbook with this core idea. Some things are in our control and others not. You don't have to start a war with anyone. But you do have to protect your inner order. Sometimes that means reducing contact. Sometimes it means sharing less. Sometimes it means saying a calm, firm no, and sometimes it means walking away without explanations, because explanations would only be used against you. Trust and openness are beautiful qualities. But trust must be intelligent. Watch actions. Notice repeated patterns. Compare words to behavior. And listen to your internal signals. Your intuition often sees the truth before your mind finishes its analysis. There is another line that captures the Stoic attitude perfectly. Do what you must, let happen what may. Do your part with honesty, calm, and discipline. Then stop trying to control what was never yours to control. That's not passivity. That's maturity. This mindset helps you stay steady in almost any situation. You stop burning energy on endless worry and pointless regret. You bring control back where it belongs, into your own character. You learn to value what you have without destroying yourself over what you lack. And that's how inner freedom grows, freedom from external pressure and freedom from other people's emotional storms. If this video helped you see people more clearly and understand yourself better, support the channel with a like and subscribe. Write in the comments which type you meet most often and how you set boundaries. Take care of yourself, and remember your calm and your inner balance are in your hands.